You've shipped an Azure OpenAI app in Python, and now legal or security is asking a fair question. What stops it from generating or accepting harmful content? Here's the thing most teams miss. Azure OpenAI already runs content filters on every request. So the real decision isn't whether to add safety, it's how many layers you need and where they belong. In the next few minutes, we'll lay out the two moderation options Azure gives you, the criteria that actually decide between them, and a clear framework for when to add the standalone Azure AI Content Safety service on top of what you already get for free. Let me separate the two things people conflate. The first layer is the built-in content filtering baked into Azure OpenAI. It scans both your prompt and the model's completion across 4 harm categories: hate, sexual, violence, and self-harm, plus optional jailbreak and protected material detection. It's on by default and you don't write code for it. The second layer is Azure AI Content Safety, a separate cognitive service with its own endpoint. You call it directly to analyze any text or image, set your own severity thresholds, and moderate content that never touches the model at all, like user comments or uploaded documents. Same underlying classifiers, very different control surface. Before picking, get honest about the criteria. First, control. Do you need custom severity thresholds and block lists, or are the defaults fine? Built-in filters offer configurable severity through content filter configurations, but content safety gives you finer-grained programmatic control. Second, surface area. Are you only moderating model traffic, or also user content that never reaches the model? Third, latency and cost. Every content safety call is an extra network round trip and a separate billable transaction. Fourth, defense in depth. Regulated workloads often want an independent control they can audit and tune without touching model configuration. Rank these for your app and the answer usually becomes obvious. If your criteria point to defaults being good enough, start here, because it's free effort. In Azure AI Foundry, you create a content filter configuration, set severity levels per category, and assign it to your deployment. When a prompt or completion is blocked, the API returns an HTTP 400 with a content_filter finish reason and a details object telling you which category and severity tripped. Your job in Python is simply to catch that, inspect the error body, and show the user a graceful message instead of a stack trace. Many production apps never need more than this layer plus solid error handling. When you need the second layer, the SDK is straightforward. You authenticate to your content safety resource, send the text, and read back a severity score per category. The pattern is to screen user input before it ever reaches the model, and optionally screen the model's output before you return it. Severity comes back on a 0 to 7 scale. You decide the cutoff. Here's the minimal analyze text call. Keep your endpoint and key in Azure Key Vault, not in code, and remember to check the current docs since the SDK package names and severity scale have changed across versions. Here's the defense in depth shape for a regulated app. User input hits your service, which calls content safety first. Clean input flows to Azure OpenAI, where the built-in filters run again as a backstop. The completion can optionally loop back through content safety before reaching the user. Logging every decision to a store gives you the audit trail compliance teams ask for. Notice the model never sees content that fails the first screen, which both reduces risk and saves tokens on obviously bad requests. So here's the framework. If you're building an internal tool or prototype and the default categories cover you, lean on the built-in filters alone and just handle the 400 responses well. Add the standalone content safety service when any of these is true. You moderate user content that never reaches the model. You need custom thresholds or block lists, or you're in a regulated domain that wants an independent, auditable control. The trade-off is real. Each extra call adds latency and cost. Don't pay for the second layer until a concrete requirement justifies it. To recap, Azure OpenAI already filters every request across 4 harm categories, so safety isn't zero by default. Azure AI Content Safety is a separate, optional layer you add when you need custom control, want to moderate content outside the model, or must satisfy auditors. Choose based on control, surface area, latency, and compliance, not on fear. Your concrete next step today. Open your deployment's content filter configuration. Trigger a blocked response on purpose, and confirm your Python code handles the 400 gracefully. If that's solid and you still have an unmet requirement, then wire in content safety. And check the current Azure docs, since SDK packages, severity scales, and pricing do change. If this helped, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video.